everybody. Well, no one's here yet.
That's okay.
Okay, let's go ahead and see if we're live on all of our streams real quick, and then we'll start talking on video what Ann and I were just talking about. Um,
It's very interesting times, but I find this whole conjuring up of the spirit of Leviathan to be very interesting. It's made that whole storyline more interesting for me.
it has, and they're trying to go, through the King James wrote, because he, at one time he was, like the master of this planet, I'm sure, because he wrote the book, he wrote King James and he wrote Revelations.
Yeah, King James is a little bit questionable, but he
I
was
always
like,
told I told you who King James is, who I believe he is. And then geez Louise, he's the one who created the Freemason Club.
Masons.
Hello.
I know, and he wrote another book that was like some kind of like magic book, like a really powerful magic book. Like the man was a sorcerer or like something like that.
Black
Like he
magic.
wasn't.
It was black magic.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was a sorcerer, exactly.
I see. When I see Christianity and the Bible, and I see it on a different level now. I can see like that what that all is there. The yeah, just the masses and the way they teach them, and to worship this thing, and people just so wholeheartedly like worship Jesus. Like it, I was watching this show, and this young girl has like met Jesus. It's Charlie Sheen's daughter, one of his daughters, and she's like full about Jesus and stuff, and she just talks and, oh, but I met Jesus, and it's lovely and wonderful. But I do look at it and I go, whoa! Like I see that whole Jesus thing, like how it gets people, and it's like it's a spell that comes over them, literally, because they like, you know, I don't want to be blasphemous, but I have to be careful what I say. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
do.
Jesus is great. Jesus will walk with you. Jesus. But there was a whole like I have this one Jewish guy that I follow, and I look at his stuff, and he breaks the word Jesus down and what it means, and it means pig, and like you're saying pig every time you're print, and just all those little intricate things that they go deeper into. So yeah, like I'm sure the actual energy of it, Jesus, is what people are tuning into, but what the secret meanings and stuff behind it, like King James, and he wasn't Jesus writing it; he was a man who was a king and a sorcerer. So
I
let's
know.
think
It's
deeply about that. And even those English language, like spell, spelling, spell. It's a spell. Like when we speak, we are casting spells to some degree. So we have to be
mhm.
careful.
That's what Bruce Lee says. Um,
Mhm.
okay, you guys, I see we have one listener right now. Welcome. We're just kind of waiting for people to come in. I did message a few people today about our live. I was going to try and do that and for the ones that I can through Messenger, and we could do that. You just go to, because I always tag you.
Mhm.
Go ahead and go on there, and you can private message people that that you think would be
Oh,
interested in
okay.
watching this. Yeah, I think that will help too for us to get some watchers. And uh, okay, so welcome you guys. This is a live that we call Hard Truths. I am Claudine. I am with Elevated by Claudine. I have a small facility in Phoenix, Arizona, where I help people get off of pharmaceuticals and street drugs and alcohol onto plant-based medicine. And I do this through healing their traumas. And I do something very different. I don't know anyone who does what I do. I also create the medicine. I grow the medicine. There's a lot of love that goes into this. And I know that because I do something different, and because I think out of the box, and because I am a free thinker, and because I am always pushing the narrative, I am always questioning everything. I am where I'm at today, and I think it's a pretty cool thing that I do what I do, and I help other people. I help other people to come home to their true self, and I get paid to do that, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it is also a lot of fun. And then now I'm doing these lives because this is a time where you can really tune in and you can get free 2 hours, you guys, of free counseling and free Q&A from me and my co-host Anne, who is a brilliant person. She is from Australia. She has a perspective. She's got her perspective because she has a whole different upbringing. She comes from a completely different world than I do, being here in America. So she has been a huge help for me with my growth and into my truth that it is today because of her narrative and her perspective. Because we, like I said, we are two different beings who have grown up in two different, completely lifestyles. Um, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and forward to Anne and let her say hello to you guys, and then we will continue with the show on what we're talking about today.
Hi, I'm Anne. I am a waitress at a Thai restaurant. I have two children, so I'm a mother, and I am a pretty good energy reader. So that's what I do.
Yes.
I kind of was always gifted with it since a young kid. I just didn't understand it, but I've learned to understand it much better recently. But it takes lots of discipline and, yes, sometimes sacrifice, sacrificing things you like to eat, things that you have become dependent on, or, but yeah, so, but it is, you know, when you have very sensitive energy, you have to be more aware of the things that like affect you and what doesn't affect you. So put you in a
Yeah.
better place.
And she talks a lot about energy because energy is everything, you guys. Energy is that's what it's about. It's all about energy. And we try to explain that on this show for people because, like I said, we question the narrative constantly and we don't believe what other people believe. And, that's what we're just trying to give you guys another way of looking at things that you believe that to be your truth. We've been brainwashed here in America big time, to think linear, to um, to be that everything is one, two, three, four, five, six steps. You can't. There's always a way to do everything, and that is so that we can either talk ourselves into it or talk ourselves out of our first thought. So that's what I call compartmentalizing brainwashing is what has been done to us. So that's one thing I would love to talk about. Oh, it looks like we have Ratana Kelman on live
Oh,
right
that's
now.
my mom.
Oh, hi mom. She has her meme. It won't let me put it up, but I got a
No.
picture of her meme and she's drinking some coffee because I guess it's morning in Thailand, huh?
Yep, yep. They're 3 hours behind me. So no, ahead. No, behind. So they are.
Oh,
I'm 10:30. So should be what? 8, 9, 10, 8, 8:30.
8. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, Ratana Kelman. Your
7:30.
daughter goes live with me every, um, is it, I guess, Tuesday morning for you
Tuesday.
guys? Yeah. Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
Monday night for me here in America. And so I wanted to talk about the cyclone that hit Australia, you guys. For anyone out there who doesn't know, but Australia was hit really hard with the cyclone and there was devastating damage. Their shoreline is there is no shoreline. Their hotels, The shoreline's right here, and their hotels are right here, you guys. So there's going to be a lot of hotels that are going to be, or resorts, or I don't know if they're condos or apartments, but they're high rises, and they're about to fall
Yep.
in the ocean because it's
Yep.
like literally like 6 inches from the shoreline. So
Yeah,
go ahead
they're
and talk
okay
about.
right now, but if we get another big like pressure, low pressure, so anything of the sort, yeah, I would be quite worried. Sydney's the same. Parts of Sydney. I don't have. I'm going to be honest. I don't have a lot of sympathy. Like that's where all the rich people live. That's where they built all their stuff. Like they have priced out small, like everybody, all these rich people. You know, Chinese, everything. So that whole front, that whole shoreline, you know, with all their fancy stuff, like yeah, that's what happens when you build so close to the ocean. It's gonna happen, Claudine. It's just going to happen. Like people have to understand that these kinds of things are going to keep coming, and they're gonna take these places out eventually. People are gonna lose their homes. Rich people are gonna, you know, their houses are gonna fall off into the ocean. That's what happens when you build near an ocean, like right next to an ocean. Like I don't know what to say. Like it's sad, but it's also Mother Nature taking back what's hers, isn't it? Like when you live so close to Mother Nature, when she wants to roar, she might roar onto you. Like it's just the way it is.
It is.
But,
So tell us about what you went through and what you saw that your community was going through.
yeah, it was it's more how they shut everyone down. Like everyone freaked out. Like, oh, it was bad, and there's been destruction. People have lost lots, but they they announced. I don't watch television personally, so all of my information was coming off of an Aboriginal uncle, Tim. Like he was updating me, sending me the weather bomb. It's cyclones coming. He's been in the category 3 or 4, so that's where I was getting my stuff from. And I'm like, oh, the cyclone's coming. And then all of a sudden, I just hear that everyone's gone to the shops and bought everything. And I'm like, what? Huh? Like, there was a bit of cloud in the sky. There was some weird clouds. Like, you're like, what? But yeah, that was like, oh, crap. And then I went to work right after doing the show last week. And I went to work and it was getting cloudier. And, you know, I knew there was a cyclone coming. But then everyone's at work. It's like, stay safe. And people were buying and storing water and all the food had gone off the shelves. Like vegan food, I think was there, but other than that, there was nothing. Everyone bought all the bread. Everything just had to shut down because there was no food and there was no supplies coming in for them to restock. So they just shut down all the shops and everything shut down. It was like a COVID lockdown because they were telling everyone to stay indoors. It was like a COVID lockdown, but without food and yeah, and a storm sitting at your door, like a cyclone sitting at your doorstep. And they kept saying, "Oh, it's this and oh, it's that," and I don't know. The media, okay. God bless the media. I'm still going to say this. God bless the media because they're out there and they're warning people, but they sensationalize way too much. Like
You know what
going
I
in
think about the media? I
the media
You
just
should be the media. I feel you're the one who should
I
be
should
out there. You should
I
be out
should
there giving the weather report. Your neighbor should
I
be out
tell the
there
truth.
giving the weather report.
Yeah. The media just hot. It's like the media have nothing to talk about, and it's so goddamn boring that when they get something like this, they just go boom, and it's all they talk about. It's all they go out to this place and that place, and you know there was flooding. There was like I get it. I will not say they did anything wrong in that regard. They did safety measures for people. Like I'm not going to criticize anything like that, but it didn't need to be to the extent it became. Like the way the food just went flying off the shelves, and yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But then again, some people were saying it could whip into a category 4, and if that hit us, that's very bad. But
But
it didn't
who
even.
knows? This is Mother Gaia, and she's gonna, like you said, if she wants to wipe you out, she's gonna wipe you out.
She
And
is.
um, and again, I'll do it. I'll call it out. In America, Mainstream media is told what to say. They
Mhm.
write the narrative, and let me tell you what, also in America, they get paid very well to do what they do. And
Same.
that's to cause
I'm pretty sure.
chaos. That is to cause chaos and distress and fear on our people. Instead
I
of
feel like I'd be a good news reporter.
we all would be good news reporters. We know
Yeah.
what's going on in our hood. We
Yeah.
know. Like, I feel like, don't tell me what's like, I don't like it when a news reporter comes from somewhere else that doesn't even know the hood and like, no, you don't even know it. Don't even try to, but anyways, but that's what they do, and that is just how it is. And hopefully in the future, as the humans wake up, we realize that, our news reporters should be the ones who are from that neighborhood or from that community and not
Mm.
someone who's getting paid and not someone who's getting paid big money to wear real nice high heel shoes and shiny shoes and cute little outfits and really nice weaves. I mean, that's how they are
Pretty
here in
much.
America.
Yeah. America, they even say you guys have lizards in some of the TV stations. Like there's a few TV people. Hello Nova.
Yeah,
There's a few
that's what
TV
I
people
I
that are
just
like,
wanted to let your mom know. Your mom is still watching. She's here with us. So this is so much fun. um,
oh my
uh,
mom.
mom, I hear a lot about you, mom.
Mom?
That's what you call her. You call her mom. My mom.
Mom. Now I do. Mom. I used to say mom, but my brother says mom, but I say mom now. I've been here for so
Mom,
long.
mom. I love the
That's
way
my
you
kids all
say it.
call me mom.
Yeah,
Mom. So,
I love the way you say it. Um,
mom.
but I was trying to put your meme on down here on the bottom of her name, on Anne's name, but I couldn't. It wouldn't let me do that. But anyways, hi Nova, how are you? I was hoping to call you today, but for tomorrow for sure, I'll call you and Justin. Today just got away with me. Um, and how are you feeling, Nova? She's going like I think 3 or 4 days completely off of Suboxone. So that is
How's
not heard of, and she seems to be so far okay, pretty comfortable with not just because my medicine, but also because of her willingness to want to get off of this medicine.
mm, yeah. I feel like she's
Um,
okay.
huh?
I feel like she's okay.
Oh, she's gonna be okay, but I mean, this is huge because getting off of pharmaceuticals, especially Suboxone, you have to understand, and I mean, the doctors tell them they'll never get off this medicine, that they will always rely on this stuff. And
That's
then, yeah, and then when you're on it for so long, it literally seeps into your bones, like I told you. And you know this for a fact because it affects their teeth right away. Like the first year of using it, it starts to affect their teeth. And that should tell a human being
um,
when something affects your teeth like that, it's getting in your bones, people.
yeah. That's not
Your teeth
good.
are bones.
That's not good. Yeah, if it
I
starts
mean,
affecting your teeth, that's not a good
hmm
drug.
and it's in your, and it's in, like I said, it's getting in the bones and
That's interesting because heroin affects your your teeth and stuff. So
yeah, and the good thing about okay, so Nova and I this week we counseled a little bit on urine therapy, on my urine therapy.
hmm hmm
Look at that, she's doing great. This is unheard of. This is huge. And I think the only people who really realize how huge this is my client and me.
hmm
So this is huge. You should be very proud of yourself, Nova. Just keep going and we just take it one day at a time, and you're going to be that client of mine who's going to be able to, look at everyone and say, I did this. And it's a
hmm
miracle. It really is a miracle. I believe it is. But it's not
That's
a
awesome.
miracle. Yeah, it's a miracle, but it's not a miracle. Like you are the miracle, Nova. You
hmm
created this miracle. You've done this miracle. And yes, I've helped you and I've guided you, but you're actually doing the work.
hmm Yep. It's amazing what you can do as a human when you really want to. Like your
Eh,
mind is a very powerful thing. It was 3 years ago with the teeth problem.
it didn't
What's
happen to me up until 3 years ago. So she was on it for a while before it affected her teeth. So, yeah, everyone's different with this, you know. I did have a client. It affected my son's teeth within the first 6 months he was on it. So when
really?
that happened, and this was many years, you guys, this was probably when I first was introduced to Suboxone and what it was. Oh God, it was about 10 years ago. And it it's a
I wonder
trip.
what's
That's all
the
I gotta say.
ingredient. I wonder what's the ingredient. Like, what is it?
It's synthetic opiates.
Oh, see,
And
because
there's some of the
heroin
strong,
affects your teeth too. So that must
huh?
go into your bones too. Heroin. I know
Oh,
heroin,
and
like,
oh yeah.
so
The,
it's opiate. Okay. Interesting.
when you do heroin though, Anne, it's a different, okay? It
Hmm.
doesn't affect you. It's easier for them to get off of tar heroin, good heroin, than it
Hmm.
is to get off of these these synthetic opiates. The
Because
synthetic opiates are just mimicked to be like heroin, but they're chemicals.
yeah. So do you
They
think it
have nothing.
seeps into your body like faster because it's a
y-
chemical? Like,
mhm.
mm,
Lots of
interesting.
damage, lots and lots
Plus,
of damage.
heroin wouldn't build up all that plaque inside your body either, whereas that medication would build up plaque on top of seeping into your bones, like plaque throughout your, lymphatic, your blood cell, and then inside your bones because it's a medication.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
it's just
It's
attacking. That's crazy. I never heard of it, but interesting. But
it is.
I'm of the opinion if you want to stop doing something, I was on medication for my back, and at one point they had me on 180 milligrams of OxyContin, like proper back when. Now they don't even give it out anymore. But I was on 180 grams a day, and I went from doing that to cold turkey, like just nah. I refuse. I just if my body hurt really bad, but my mind was like, nah, I have to do this. So I've
Here's
gone
from your
cold
mom.
turkey. Oh, nice to meet you guys. I have to go soon because Dad have a teaching job in the morning. See you again next time. Okay, have a nice day. You guys are awesome. Bye, Mom.
Bye. Nice to meet you too. Hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday morning, okay? Tell Dad to come too.
He has a teaching job. Bye. Have a good day.
Oh, how cool. So, Nova, I don't know if you just came in, but Anne's mom was here with us, so that's super cute. Your mom, I think, is friends with me on Facebook. I think I did
Probably.
a friend request a while ago.
Yeah.
So,
Mom.
you
So
know, I got to
sweet.
be like that. I'm nosy like that, though. Anyone who's friends with Anne, I do a friend request.
So is my mom. Mom's nosy like that too. Oh, who's that on
Good.
your Facebook? I don't know. I'm not a very
Well,
active Facebook person.
okay, good, Nova. We're 1 week into this. Tomorrow, we're going to do a lot of talking tomorrow morning. I'm really going to be pushing you and your story out there a lot tomorrow. I really want to emphasize on this. Um, this is huge. This is really huge. I mean, you just don't kind of quit this type of medicine, and I'm telling you, and not have any discomfort.
Oh,
You,
I believe you. I believe you. I've had
yeah.
my share of medication. I believe you.
The
I know what
reason why the
it
doc
is.
that's the reason why the doctors tell them this is a forever medicine. You'll never get off of it. You
Mm,
know, and it's hard. It is a bitch to get off of, and that is the only type of word I can use for it because this is just not something that is very simple. And
mm,
Nova's making it look simple, which is good because that makes me look good.
God bless her. No, it's because I sometimes I for some reason I can see Nova in her apartment. I can just see her. I don't know why. I see these flashes of her, but she's just
I
always
know,
really
so do I.
calm, just walking around her apartment, and she's just always really calm. So that's why when you said how is she, it's like I think she's okay.
Oh
She's
yeah.
just a very calm person, and I think it helps like in these instances to have a good like calmness, and so I think it's awesome. I think you're a great helper and healer. I have healed a lot off of you, Claudine. You're very
Yes,
good.
it's my medicine though. It's my medicine, and I know that, and I
And
take
it's
ownership
you.
of that. I like I said in the beginning when we started the show, and I told, I expressed to people that, I am different. You'll never meet anyone like me. I know that I'm unique. I know that I'm special. I know that who I am. And that is
Mhm.
why I'm able to do the things that I do. And I'm here to teach people. I'm here to bring the new earth. And that is what I kind of want to talk about. There is some stuff, I definitely want to talk about this cyclone, you guys, because, it was, Ann and I think a lot of us, we see so much stuff happen around the world, but we actually have a friend here and who it was at her front door this past week. And and she did fine. Her electricity didn't even go out. It didn't
No.
even go out, you guys. She was completely, totally protected through the whole entire thing. She didn't even have to take anything off her porch. And how fast were the winds going? Like 100
Oh,
miles per hour?
yeah, but they were coming like behind somehow. It's just like everything behind was coming this way. So my balcony is up there, so nothing was coming toward us or at the side. It was all coming from behind. It's like the wind was hitting us from behind. We were so lucky. I had internet the whole time, pretty much. Like I just had a lot of people in the house, but and we were all stuck in here. But yeah, I was so lucky.
It
I
sounded
was
like
thinking,
you pulled a play out of Nova's playbook and you were just nice and calm.
yeah, that's what you do. And every time, like, my boyfriend would be like, oh, this, or complain about this, I'm like, we are so lucky that we have electricity and we have our phones. Like, we need to thank the baby Jesus. Like, I'm like thanking whoever for like just having this protection. And it was, I'm not going to complain because, like, it wasn't that, but like I said, other than a leaking roof and wet mattresses and stuff like that, but that's it. I had internet, I had electricity, I had food, I had running water. So, yes.
Good. I'm glad you're okay. I knew you would be. But I know there was devastation all around you, and that's
Yeah,
just I'm
for
sorry to
sure.
hear that. Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
very sad. I like again, I I'm here for the people. I'm here for my community. So is Ann, and those are the people who matter to us. And to see, to see our human fellow friends suffer, it makes me suffer. It hurts my heart because it
Mhm.
shouldn't be that way. That's not the way it should be ever. And
But we are in a pole shift, so
no,
weather
we are in
and
some, we do have some stuff going on. I do question this pole shift a lot. I don't speak too much on it
yes.
because I am not someone who studies it or I kind of follow it. All I do is I tap into Mother and I feel to see if the storm that is brewing or the volcano or whatever it is that she's cooking up or whatever she's doing, I try to feel and see if it's all organic or if it is man-made. And if it's man-made, then I do what I can to work with Mother to do whatever work she needs me to do. You know what I'm talking about. I know you do, Anne.
Hmm.
Um, I am a true believer of Mother Gaia. We are on her planet, and
Hmm.
she is part of me, and I am part of her. Why I'm a human, and I love being human. I mean, obviously, I'm here on this planet being a human, right? So there must be something about it that is very rewarding, or we wouldn't be here doing it, I don't believe. Um, but the one thing I wanted to talk about today was a good way to start creating a new path, a new way for us as humans, and getting rid of this old system that we're been bogged down to. And one of the things I think, no, I do know that I would really like to start with is we need to stop labeling everything, you guys.
Hmm.
Y-
I agree. Labels are I don't like labels. We label everything. This matrix labels everything. If you act a certain way, they're gonna label it. Like, they're gonna give
Eh,
it. Yeah.
yeah, and I do believe that labeling is a way that we protect ourselves. It's a
Mhm.
knee-jerk reaction of the human, of the linear thinking, and it's been embedded in us kind of the same way how we judge you guys. You know, we've been trained to label everything and to judge everything. You know, I feel like the labeling comes with the judging because we label everything. We label a Democrat, we label gay people, we label
Mhm.
race, we label people by their religion, you know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that is part of how they how they
Compartmentalize.
compartmentalization us. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I can't get the
for
word out.
sure.
Um,
The big word, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I know. Say it 10 times.
For sure.
But anyways, and so the labeling, I've been labeled so much, you guys. I have a ton of labels that oh, it doesn't stop. Every day, I swear I get a new label from somebody. And I'm just like, no, I
Uh,
am just Claudine. I am just Claudine, a human on this planet trying to help raise the vibration.
yep,
And to not, and not, and then like I said, when it comes to labeling everything, we also judge that.
for sure. For sure. And judging, I don't think is a very healthy thing. I think I was actually, this is one of the subjects that I was wanting to talk about last week, but we didn't have time. But the difference between judgments and opinions, like, judging's bad, but I think as a human, we all have opinions. Like, some of us have very strong opinions, some of us have mild opinions, but we all have our opinions. Comes with our ego. We make opinions. But when we start to judge, like, we can have it, like, I can think, oh, Claudine, you're a little bit like out there and da 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 da. And that's my opinion, but I still love you, and that's just who you are. And you think that I'm like really up myself, and that's your opinion of me, but we love each other. But when you start to judge, I think that's when it becomes dangerous, because who are we to judge? I was just saying this yesterday because I had some very strong judgments come at me from some particular people in my family once again. And I said, when you people talk like this to me, it makes me feel like my depression comes really strong, and this particular energy comes with it, and it's really hard for me, and it's not healthy for me. And they said to me, that's because we're telling you the truth. And I just walked away from it thinking, okay, so all your judgments on me are the truth, are they? Are you gone? Did you? But like, if I was a weak person, which I have been in the past, like, I was very weak, you know, when I was younger, as a young mother, I was very weak. And when people would make strong judgments on me, it would affect me so bad that it would affect my mental health. I've struggled with suicide through in my life. Like, I'm just going to be honest, and it was off of people's judgments of me, and I would take them on and make them mine and think that's who I was, and it would get to a point where I'm like, well, why am I here if that's how people think of me and that's how people see me? So that's what judgments do. And I just thought, to say to someone, oh, you feel like that because my judgment on you is truth. I'm like, okay. So, you know, judgment can be dangerous like that. I think it's dangerous for the person making the judgment, because it really holds you back in life if you just walking
Yeah, I
around
think it's
judging.
diminishing. I think that, when we're labeling and in which when we're putting a label on something, it comes along that ego judgment, we are diminishing a person, and we're also destroying our society. It's
For
what has
sure.
destroyed our culture. Our culture has been destroyed from this labeling because we label everything.
You do.
Everything
You
gets
do.
labeled. I
You
mean,
do.
look at all the labels just in different types of mental illness.
Yep. Yep. Even like autisms and different spectrums. You have ADHD, you have ADD, you have this, you have It's for like there's so many different things, and every time there you have OCD, you have narcissism. Like there's so many labels to everything. This is my hello,
It's
hello,
Victor.
Victor. This is my very simple take and kind of my spiritual take on the human person and labels and everything. Is we are spirit when we come into the physical body, and we got to connect the two. So a human being is actually more spirit than they are body, because, and this is my opinion, this is my reasoning to it, because we spend our whole life trying to figure out how to be a human. So we go to therapy to try and figure out how to be a human. We go to the doctor because we don't know how to be a human. We go to this therapist because we don't. We talk to this person because we're trying to fit. And we're constantly thinking about who we are as a human and what do I have to do and who am I? Am I doing? And we're constantly trying to figure out how to be a human our entire life, because we're actually a spirit, and we don't know the human. You know, but we fight that we are spirit. We become so stuck into our we think we need to figure out how to be this human, and we ignore that we're a spirit trying to figure out how to be a human. So maybe put the two together and work with it better. But that's how I see it. So really, when you're searching who you are as a human, that's because you're still lost in your spirit. So you don't know how to be a human because your spirit is lost. Your spirit has not figured out how to function in this human body and how to have healthy relationships and just be a good normal human, because that's really all you're supposed to do as a human. Just be a good human, be kind, be loving, try not to hurt each other with the words that come out of your mouth, your actions, what you intake, and how that impacts you as a human being to other people, like just her general vibration and how that affects everybody. That's really what being a human is, because when you die, whatever spirit it's going to go, nobody knows, no one has the answer. That's to figure out. Just be a good human until you get there. But all this like labeling and trying to figure out, that's because you're lost. Your spirit's lost. So you're never going to find out how to be a human if your spirit's lost. But that's, once again, we're too stuck in our human mind, but our spirit is really what's stronger than the two, because you're searching on how to be a human. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense, Claudine?
It does make sense, and I want to kind of just jump in here and elaborate on this, but first I want to go to Ann or to Nova. You guys, I'm sorry I can't talk tonight. It's been a day already. Okay, uh
Judgment.
so we know we're on the right thing here, that we're on the right subject, Dan, because we just got a really good confirmation. Nova says, it's funny you guys mentioned judgment. I picked a book called Judgment Detox. I haven't gotten that far. So that right there tells me and you, and you know what? This is exactly what Spirit wanted us talking about tonight. So
Hmm.
yeah, look at that. That is
That's
okay. That's a
great.
great yeah, that's a really good affirmation for both of us. Um and
Look,
that
I
is
have it right here. Judgment and opinions from last week.
and I have it written down all over my book too.
Yeah.
I actually put on here titles, and then I put down here which comes in with judgment. And to
Yeah.
start to
See?
rebuild our planet, our new planet that we're looking to start, you guys, this is a good place to start practicing, putting down the labeling, putting down the judgment, and
Hmm.
like Anne was just explaining, and just be a free thinker. Think of, have the conversation, have a conversation with the person, listen to what they have to say. Maybe there's something in there for you. And if there's
Hmm.
not, it's fine. Just put it down. Um, I just really think this has really affected our culture in big
Oh,
ways.
Claudine, it has been on my. It has just been something that just keeps like blaring in my face. This whole judgment thing, like I just see it in so many different parts of life, and down to like within families, in the way that we sit around and we judge our families and we attack each other because we judge, and well,
And then
that
we
person has
label
that
everything
judgment.
they do. Yeah, and everything. Oh, they're this or they're that or they're this,
Yeah.
oh, they're a Democrat. So that's why they have ADHD, or that is why, or they're gay, or, just by
Mm-hmm.
labeling someone a Democrat, I'm just gonna, because this is like a really good
Yeah,
example, I feel. Democrat and Republicans, they fall in a category of all of these other labels,
for sure.
which comes, like
Exactly.
I said, it comes in this, and then here comes this judgment on them.
Hmm.
And
But
same thing, you
that's,
call someone a Trumpster. All of a sudden, you have all of this, and it just
yeah.
has to go away. They're just a person with their opinions, which is
Hmm.
fine. You know what I mean? Maybe, listen,
Hmm.
we just have to start talking to each other more. We've got communication like we've never had before, you guys. We have amazing communication. There is no reason for none of us to be able to reach out and to talk to each other and
Hmm.
express our perspective on something
Absolutely. Without tearing each other down with our
without
judgments.
yes, like I
It's
said.
just
And
ridiculous. It's
it's just
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous, and it's what has torn us apart and separated us, you
Hmm.
guys.
Yeah.
And
People
it's
should be
okay. Go ahead.
people people should be taken at face value. Like, we shouldn't judge people because, oh, you're gay, or because, oh, you come from this poor family than me. Like, people should be based off of who they are as a person and an individual. That gay person could be the most loveliest, or they could be the biggest asshole, and base them off that merit. If they're an asshole, well, it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're straight. Piss off because you're an asshole.
You're
If
an
you're a nice
asshole.
person,
You're
yeah,
just a
you're just
bad
an
human.
asshole. I don't.
You're not a human who has integrity. And that is
Yeah,
just where I would like to get down to. We come, like Anne said, we come to this planet and we come here seeking the human, the spirit. We're always seeking, seeking, seeking.
hmm. Who
And
am I? Where do I
yeah,
come from? Who am I
yeah,
supposed to be? What is my calling? I feel a calling. I need to follow that. We all have callings. Guess what that is? To be a good
per-
human being. That is your calling.
and the more you have your integrity intact, and you're at service for others, the more you're going to flourish, and the more you're going to come be more aware of your surroundings. And like I like to always tell everyone, you are a multi-dimensional celestial having a human experience. And I don't want to
Exactly.
say, and that's it, but that's kind of the whole gist of everything about being human.
Yes. Yep. It's
And
not that complicated.
but then the humans make it complicated because it can't be that easy. What?
I know.
What? Because
It's
of that compartmentalization that they put us in. That thought,
mhm, mhm, it's
Um,
true.
yeah, and then of course, we're not allowed to think outside the box. You know,
No,
um,
that's what I mean. We're told that if we think outside the box, that we're crazy. That's the part that has really screwed humans.
yeah,
Is being being told that if you like, if you meditate, or if you like, do spiritual practice, like, a demon's gonna come get you, and you're crazy, and you're gonna be, lumped into that whole category. But really, it is good to an extent. Like, people just need to have a good balance. Whatever's your balance in life, that is your balance. Like, that's what every person needs to find, is their balance, what works for them.
exactly. When you take those labels off of yourself, you guys, you start to really ground yourself, and you come home to who you truly are. And it's very basic. It's very simple. And it just really, like I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. You are a celestial having a human experience. And that is what it's about. It's just about being a good human and loving yourself and being at service. And then,
Mm-hmm.
we've done so much damage with this labeling and judging and That's why we come to you guys with this information, where we come on these shows and we try to talk about things and bring different information to you guys. I mean, it's an alternative, right? It's an
Mhm.
alternative way of thinking than the normal way. If we can get more people, more humans to think this way and to get rid of these habits, which
Mhm.
are just defense mechanism habits for us, because it's the way our brain goes, right? Because we've been
Mhm.
trained to be that way. The more awareness I feel that we bring to you guys, and we talk about this and you guys talk about it, the faster we can start to change these terrible habits that we have in our communities
Mhm.
and in our culture.
Mhm.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
And
and question everything, you guys. Question it all. Everything that someone says to you. And this is another thing too. I love to talk about triggers. When something triggers you, when someone comes to you with alternative information that you're not used to because it's not the narrative or it's not the mainstream way or the way that you were trained, and it triggers you, there's something for you to look at.
I agree. Whenever I trigger, I think about why I'm triggering while I'm triggering. I'm thinking about what that person's doing that's making me trigger, so I know why I'm triggering. Like, and I'm
Hmm.
so full conscious of my like, 100%, because I don't like getting triggered. So if I get triggered and I get pissed, then I think about why am I getting triggered. But 100%, if you're getting triggered, it's for you to think about, not to attack the person because they're like you're going to, because they're triggering you, of course. But yeah, definitely you gotta sit back and think, like, why am I being triggered so much about this situation and what they're saying? Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Eh,
Yeah, people. I can hear anything. I can hear aliens. I can hear any conspiracy theory thrown out there, and it doesn't trigger me anymore. It's just like, whatever. If it's true, it's true. If it's not true, like, I'm not gonna sit here and invest it, like it is what it
Oh
is.
yeah.
But not none of it triggers me. I'll never turn around to someone and be like, "You're so crazy because you talk about aliens because you're like," whatever floats their boat.
Yes. Yeah. There's influencers out there. There's spiritual influencers out there that I've listened to in the past,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
are just very wise people that are influencers. And when they would trigger me, I always knew that I needed to look at something. You know what I mean? There's something there that I needed to look at, that they were saying that, and usually it would be something that never fails you guys. It doesn't make sense. Whatever they're saying makes no sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when something doesn't make sense to me, I know it's time for me to go down a rabbit hole.
I kind of just go, oh, shit, I don't know what that is. I'll figure that later.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I do, but it's there, and then after there's probably a seed that's been planted, and so yeah, I really when that will trigger me really easy if something is said to me and it makes no sense, and then of course I will
Mm-hmm.
go and I'll do some investigating, and I'll ask Spirit to show me what I need to know as I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
this, and I usually come across it pretty quickly, or I get the download, but that is, yeah. If it doesn't make any sense, hey, you can leave it alone. That's kind of one of those things that, thank God for your free will, right?
Yeah, for sure. I choose that free will a lot
Yeah,
now. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't do rabbit holes make my head hurt. So if it doesn't, for me, for my consciousness, if it doesn't make sense to me and I try to understand it and it's still not making sense, I just go, well, it's not meant to make sense for me. When
exactly.
it's gonna make sense, it'll make sense. When the
Right.
penny's gonna drop, it'll drop when it's meant
Yep.
to.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I won't push
That's
it.
a perspective too. That's another one. But with me, it's just always, like I said, triggers me to go look at something else or to go down some kind of, do some little bit of research. I'm a free thinker. I am a researcher. I just don't take things for face value. I question it all. because it's just the way of it. If I didn't, then I wouldn't be here talking with you guys because I'd be over there lost following whoever is the new mainstream person talking good shit.
I definitely like to like look outside the box and like for sure. I don't just take things that I'm seeing. I like to free think and think, yeah, question everything and oh, what's this? Like if it doesn't make sense to a degree, I'll look into it. Like I guess like COVID and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like the angels will just go, that's this. Like with COVID. I just knew because it was like it just all came at me. It's like don't listen to any of it. The rabbit holes were
Mhm,
too big with that one. I just knew it was
mhm.
a no go zone. Stay away from it.
Yeah, yeah. The research I needed to do was presented. It's really, like I said, if it doesn't make sense for me, we're all different. We all do different things. So none of it's wrong. Just always stay in that integrity, be that good person. And like Anne was saying, the human just wants to be a good person because that is your innateness, you guys. That is what we are born with. We are born with innately means naturally, want to be good people. We want to help. We want to be
Mhm.
happy. We want to be healthy. We want to be loved. These are natural things that we can do. And when we are talking about the labels, it's okay. Like the labels that I do honor and the ones that don't really bother me, or when I'm labeled as a mother.
Mhm. But
Okay, I'm
those,
fine with that. That is a fact. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a friend. I am a healer. Those are things that are perfectly fine. But do you see what I mean? That is already
mhm.
seven labels, and like
Mhm. I know, but that is more who you are with
I
stuff
know, but
like
there's
that.
still labels.
True.
There's still labels that label us, and their judgments and their everything else that follows when you're labeling someone. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
already have enough labels as it is with us just being born.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
Daughter,
what I mean.
granddaughter, sister. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
There we go.
Exactly.
Those are roles and labels that we will be playing as this human.
As this human. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Isn't that
And keep.
enough?
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. I think it's more than enough. Being a mother is the hard one. Once you
Yeah,
become a mother, oh boy, like yeah, puts you in a whole different like zone. And then people really
exactly.
want to start throwing the labels at you as a mom. That's that makes me really sad is how much mothers get like just so much like judgment and criticism. Like as soon as you become a mom, you like better step up because everyone's watching and everyone's gonna start casting judgment on you and everything you do. Like everyone's gonna have a 2 cents. It's so sad. Puts so
But
much pressure.
but that
Like,
is right there. That's our culture. I guess talking about labels and how important they are for us to change this way of thinking so we can start to rebuild this planet on a good note, on integrity. The mother label is a perfect prime example of it.
it's very
And
sad.
yeah, we get judged right away
Okay, so
as
much,
mothers.
so
Yeah,
much,
just that word mother right there.
and everybody thinks that they can pass judgment on you as a mother. Everyone thinks it, from children to your husband, your ex-husband, your mom. Everyone thinks, oh, you become a mom, so now I can pass judgment on you. When really, we should be like encouraging the moms and thanking them and telling them what beautiful people they are because they're bringing up children. And, like,
Help
yeah,
the
I don't know,
mother.
all this judgment
Be
on
that,
moms. Oh,
be that, yeah, be that human who has integrity, that human who honors themselves, and help that mother.
help the mother. Exactly.
Mhm.
Don't judge. It's really hard being a mom. You know that moms are the highest, especially single moms, have the highest rate of sudden heart attacks that just drop dead and die, especially single moms. And it's like when people tell me, and oh, this mom just dropped dead. It's like, of course they did, because moms, they put themselves to the back burner, like the majority of moms. You get bad moms, but in general, moms really do. They might seem selfish here and there. but really they'll put their health to the back burner. They'll put, they'll give the kid the last bit of food. They'll give the last. That's what a mom does. You all of a sudden become a mom, and it's like you know, so no longer you now serve all these people, and that's what a mother does. So they'll put their health on the back burner and ignore feeling certain ways, and oh, but I just got to get up and feed the kids, and I got to get them ready for school, and then one day they'll just drop dead and die because that's what they do. But that's, because they sacrifice so much.
And
People should be like
that is
helping
part of
them.
the brainwashing. That is part of the brainwashing. That is, what our dark shadow governments have taught us to think, the lords of this land, for us not to matter, for us to have to keep doing and doing and doing and doing. And and yes, we are to be here at Surface for our children. No one's going to know our children better than we do, but that doesn't mean that we put ourselves last. As a mother, I was really good at taking care of myself because I always said, and I innately knew this, you guys. I knew this from the day that I became a mother at 18 years old. If I don't take care of me, I can't take care of you.
No, absolutely.
And that's
Exactly.
what I used to tell my children when I used to go run, when I used to, sorry guys. Sorry about that. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, mothers get lost, in yeah, this is true. And this happens, I swear this happens to almost every single mother. I mean, so many mothers put themselves behind the on the back burner, and like she says, then they end up with the disease, and then they end up dying. And this could be very true to our friend Victor, whose mother just passed away so early
Yep.
in life because she was always probably putting everyone else in front of her. And I saw that video that they did of her. I don't know if you got to see the video, but it was a beautiful video that they made
Okay.
of her. Yeah, it was about a 5-minute video. And going through the pictures of their family. And I don't know this guy very well. I've only been counseling him for about a month now. And I saw that, and that's what I saw in her. I'm like, this is a mother who put everyone in front of her.
Yeah. She was
Yeah.
very tired, that lady.
You can tell she
Uh,
was tired.
He used to send me pictures of her because I haven't talked to him for about a year, and right from the start, he'd send me pictures from her of her, and every time I saw her, I'm like, oh, she's not gonna be around too much longer. Like, she's on her way out.
Yeah,
She was so tired, just so tired. And look, as soon as she got sick, it happened so quickly.
I
But that would
know.
have just been all there, making her sick. But she got to keep getting up and helping people and taking care of him. But yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, it is
I think
sad.
we need to give more love to our mothers than we do. More love, more praise. Yeah, stop judging them so much. Stop judging the moms. Stop judging us. Just yeah, the judgments just they we don't we understand we need to be good moms. Like we're trying. But
Yeah,
yeah, encouragement is definitely will go a longer way, and helping your mom out because as kids get older, and the mom's getting older too. Like when we had the kids, we were young and but as you get older, we get older too. So like doing everything and getting up and always physically like all the stuff, like take the load off your mom a bit if you can, because the
exactly.
mom's getting older too. So yeah, if you want your
It's
mom to
true.
stay around for
Yeah,
longer, take care of her, is what I
yep,
would say.
yep. Help take care of her. And when you are labeling everything and you are judging everything, you are also carrying a low vibration.
Yes, absolutely.
And when you carry low vibration, you are now leaving yourself open for non-protection. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is something for people who like to practice or say they're spiritual or whatever it is that you like to call your esotericness about you. I like to just call it esoteric. I don't really like using the word spirituality anymore, but anyways, that is exactly a very great way to give up your power and to just allow for attachments. And attachments
Absolutely.
are real. They're very,
Yep.
very real.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they
They are.
absolutely are. And so are spirits, and spirits that have followed your family line and are attached to, your
Yep.
family line. Even like that thing I showed you, how like sperm affects, like the children get affected by the father's, trauma, like ancestors and stuff, because of the DNA and his stresses and what and stuff throughout his life, because of the vibration, and it goes into the sperm, and the child inherits it. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, just physically how but that would just be an energy vibration. But it shows that when they say spirits pass on through generations, because energy passes on, through generations. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
mm,
Um, so yeah, that was just like kind of the main thing I really wanted to talk about was, was the whole labeling and judging people. Because I think, like I said, sound like a broken record. The quicker we can work on this, the quicker that we can change this, the faster we can start changing our culture and our communities and being part of this new earth that we're here to help to start the creation, and just start talking to each other. There's no excuses, you guys, for people not to be able to talk.
mhm.
We've got great technology.
Maybe that's how we should communicate more. Sometimes face to face gets a bit too much.
Yeah,
I
well,
feel.
this is the thing that the dark shadow, the black government, whatever you guys want to call it. There's a lot of labels for it. I love calling it dark dynasty. They don't want us together. They sure in the heck do not want us having one-on-one conversations or being with our family or being with our groups or being with our community, because that means we're exchanging energy and we're healing each other and we
Mhm.
are problem solving and we are talking our different perspectives and we are talking things out and we were figuring stuff out, again, problem solving. And they don't want that. That is the last thing they want us to do. They want all of our socializing to be coming from this and from the TV and from the
Mhm.
computer. They do not want us talking to each other at all, because that raises the vibration too high.
Mhm.
So, like I said, we've got communication and what I always think, with the what is good is bad, what is bad is good. So there's duality in everything. So
Mhm.
what I do here, these lives with Anne, is feeding the live wire, the good juju's.
Amen.
Um, let me see what else we got here that I wrote down. Oh, sorry, you guys. Well, I guess with that, we can go into we still have an hour left. Yeah, we can have an hour to go ahead. And Anne, when we were talking just before the show, you guys, I asked Anne what would she would like to talk about, and she's like, I just want to talk about the liver.
I'm
And
all about
the,
the liver.
yeah, and with with talking about judgment and putting the labels down, some of this has to do with the liver because when people are judging you and labeling you, it starts to cause emotions, and that is what the liver is. Go ahead,
Mhm.
Anne. I'll let you go ahead and do your spill on the liver.
The liver. So,
Mhm.
this is what I have been learning. I struggle with my liver because like I said to Claudine before, I have attacked my liver since I could, like, think and make my choices, and I have always treated my liver very poorly through, like, bad decisions, trauma, jumping from one bad decision to another bad decision, which caused more trauma, and just a cycle. And all that did was stress me out, make me depressed, make me angry, have trauma that's stored then inside my body, which the liver mainly stores all of that. It stores into your shoulders and all that kind of stuff. But your liver holds all of that emotion. And after time and time and time again. It just keeps absorbing it and absorbing it, and it gets angry and angrier, and it's just twisting up in there because it's stressed out, because that's what the liver is. And then also, I did it through what I ate. I ate a very, it turns out that lots of chili actually is not good for your liver, because your liver has to work so much harder eating like spicy food. Like, it does stress out your liver. It's probably why Thai people are so angry easily, because all that chili they eat, it's like just sizzling away in there. Because Thai people are known to be very gentle people, very kind, gentle people. But they always say, don't make a Thai person angry, because when they get angry, they're like, they go from 0 to 100, like just wee, angry little people, and chop limbs off and all sorts. Like, yeah, kill you. Like, yeah, don't make. Thailand was never invaded because no one could come into the land and invade it. They tried, but the Thai people would get up on their elephants with their spears, and they would defend their land, and they never got invaded because, yeah, you couldn't invade that country because they're real angry people.
I love that. Bravo to the Thai people, because the one thing that I always say, when it comes to the way that we're brainwashed and the way that our dark shadows work, pushing back is the best thing we can do. The more we push back, they don't they will not mess with you. They won't.
No, they
And look at
can't.
the Thai people are exactly,
Yeah.
look at this. This is so awesome.
Yeah, they push back, and even to this day, like a white person can't own more like 50%, 51%. Everything that a white person owns, a Thai person has to own the majority of it, and they own the lower percentage. So, like, they really do protect their country. Like, they're very fiercely protective of their country. But yeah, that's the truth. Like, the whites, they took over. They went into India, Vietnam. They tried to go into there, but the Thai history, that every time they came in, anyone tried to invade their land, they fiercely protected it, and they didn't let the white people come into their lands. And to this day, it is owned by Thai. Like, so, um,
That is definitely a play
it's
that we need to
it,
pull out of their playbook, you guys, as humans, to
yep,
change this planet. That is
yep,
a wonderful, wonderful concept, and I love it because push back, push back, push back,
pushback.
and stand up for yourself. And no,
Amen.
it's not okay for someone to come in and try to take your land and tell you what your culture is and what you're
Mhm.
going to learn and what you're going to eat and what your truth is going to be. So yay to the Thai people, okay? Now I want to
Yeah.
be Thai.
I love it. I'm like so like proud of being Thai. When I was
You
younger, I
should
was
be
always like,
proud.
but I'm so proud of being Thai. Like, we
You
have never
should.
been invaded by the white people or anybody. The Chinese kind of have taken over, but the Chinese, it's more like it's family, because Thailand apparently was half Chinese, half Indian. That's the two countries came in and they mixed, and that's what Thai people are, is half Thai, half Chinese, half Indian. So you have lots of like old Chinese families there, but they're Thai, but they're Chinese, because same as Indians, you have very old Indian and they're still super Indian, but they're Thai, and that's because they're families, but they just kept their culture a lot more, and married within the family, married the Chinese, but they're Thai Chinese. And so they kind of inbred pretty much. But you get a lot about old Chinese. So you could say the Chinese invaded Thailand through population, but it's still Thai people. But anyway, so it must be the chili butt, because they eat so much chili, so it makes them real angry, like, because they really do eat a lot of chili. I've
That
been
is so
watching
awesome.
I've been watching Thai videos of like they like where people are just eating Thai, and like different Instagram videos, and man, they get like handfuls of chilies and they just shove them in their mouth, and they do their pots, and they're crushing the chili, and it's just chili after chili after chili after chili, and there's a bit of tomato in there, and that's the meal. I'm like, that's not good for your liver. That's making your liver real
Oh,
angry. But but
I
yeah,
love
so
spicy food. I love spicy food and
I
I
do
love
too.
Thai food. But when I go to a Thai restaurant, the Thai restaurant that I like to go to around the corner from here, oh my gosh, I have to tell them mild, mild. And
Mild.
I eat a lot of spicy food. I'm Mexican. I love spicy food, but when it comes to
Yeah,
Thai
Mexican,
people, it's a whole different
different.
it's a whole different spice.
It's
So I always say
different.
mild on the Thai because if you don't, oh, my holy basil, because I always order a holy basil dish. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh.
Is it really hot? Oh my god, I love chili. I'm really bad. Like nothing has. My ex husband used to always say I had iron guts. He's like, you have iron guts, like the way that I can eat chili. Even at the restaurant I work at, I eat. Everyone's always like, "And do you want more chili?" Because I will pack on the chili. But I have learned, like this one. I mean, you got to sacrifice some things. So,
Mhm.
like I've learned that too much like chili does impact your liver. Spice, especially chili spice, really impacts your liver, and it causes more stress on it. Just everything, affects your liver. And because I'm so sensitive in my stomach, everything I eat or drink, I have to be so aware of. And, even though I love spice, got to be more balanced with it and not just be there, because I would eat it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like I wake up in the morning and I'll eat the spiciest bowl of noodles, and then I'll eat my lunch and the spice, because I just love, like it's like a drug, is like chili, like to for me, like it's just so yummy. Oh, kitty cat, is it?
Yeah,
It's a kitty
she's
cat.
awake.
Hello,
She's roaming
kitty.
around.
Aww, where's my cats? They're probably sleeping. But yeah, so the liver. I have found, so I have a very sensitive liver. And then, of course, I was on medication for like 3 solid years, hard medication, Oxycontin, Lyrica, Endo, diazepams, like, yeah, like still, and that just took a toll on my liver. So I'm here trying to like reverse so much damage that I've
How many
given
years of
to it.
damage are you thinking that you're trying to reverse?
Um, well, I also have my metal piece that was in my leg, which
Oh
was
yeah.
heavy metals. So that's 25 years. So I was 15 when I did that, and that sat in my leg up until like last year. So like a solid 25 plus years of heavy metals, trauma, emotion, lifestyle, and then medication for 3 solid years. And then off and on in my 20s, like I would take, I liked Xanax, I liked I'm never going to lie. People, anyone watching, I will never lie about myself. I just tell people who I am, the truth, my struggles throughout my life. But yeah, I would say like I didn't really like the hard drugs so much, but I liked the Xanax and the Valium, things that chilled me out, because I was always very, like, I guess maybe hyper in my awareness, and I felt so much, but I didn't understand it. So I wanted things that took the edge off. And yeah, in Thailand you can just get that stuff over the counter. So I wasn't addicted, but I definitely had it in my system from like in my 20s. And then came off it when I had kids, but then I got a bad back, and then they just put me on every pain med that I could get, and yeah, that definitely wasn't good for my liver. I could see I gained a lot of weight around my midsection, and when I learned what that was, it was like that's all fatty liver issues, and I can get real skinny, but my middle is just, and I can feel it, it's just so thick and dense, and you know, I learned eventually that my liver was just at this point where it was, taking too much, and it pretty much wasn't working too well. But I try to detox my liver a lot.
Hmm.
The thing that I have found with detoxing, like full like detoxing, trying to get all the stuff out, is it can make me feel real tired and lethargic, and I don't feel as good. I feel real drained. Even inside where my liver is, it will hurt more. It's just like, I guess it's just working harder, so it's kind of like a pain there. And um, I have found that by having a good protein, and I drink this thing called can you say it? Psyllium husk.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to say it, but it's like a fiber. It's some kind of like fiber, but it's a binder, and it's apparently really good for your kidneys too. But I saw this Indian woman speaking about the liver, and she helps people get off, like, heal from fatty liver disease and stuff. And she said a liver is never going to heal by just detoxing it all the time, because you're just going to stress it out. She said a liver is going to heal when it gets a good fiber and a good protein, and you're feeding it, and it starts to work, and it starts to function better in your body, because it's getting all these things that are helping it come back to life. So if you're just detoxing it and pulling and trying to pull things from it, it's gonna, like, it's not feeding your liver. It's just wringing it out. But if you put she what she said, put good things back into it. Get a good protein. Get a good that it can break down. Like, not a bunch of meat that meat can block you up. But like I use this protein. I know what you I know you have it, but moringa powder. It turns out it has like an amino acid. It's amino acid, so that's like a protein in your body. And I find my liver loves it. My liver just sings when it gets this protein. Like, I have like 1 spoon, and I put it in a smoothie, and I split the smoothie in two. And I wake up with energy. I feel better. I digest my food so much better now from it. And yeah, I just feel my lungs are like, I can breathe, because like when all your intestines and stuff like just seize up inside your body, it affects your lung, it affects your diaphragm, like, because it's just all scrunched up in there. So yeah, I just found it's like been really, really good feeding and putting good things back into my liver, and not just constantly detoxing the hell out of it. But so, and then also, like, of course, lifestyle helps. But yeah, I just want people to understand how important it is to take care of your liver. Like, your liver is life. Your liver affects your hormone balance, like, especially for females. Your liver affects your emotions and if you're always getting angry and just having these outbursts of anger, check your liver. Your liver is probably overloaded, and it's like, when it's overloaded, it just gets angry, and it makes you angry, and it causes, so, like, if you've got really bad anger and you don't understand, check your liver. And not being as angry will also help your liver, but it's probably got some blockage in it, and like, it's stagnant, and it needs to be, you need to take good care of your liver, because it will affect so many other parts of your life, your moods, your emotions, your digestion, your general well-being of health. So yeah.
Yes, and you're absolutely right. I agree with you. I have a lot of stuff on the liver, you guys. It's a very important organ, and Anne is right. Your liver is associated with processing your emotions, especially anger. She, that's number one. It hangs on to anger and resentment.
Hmm.
Those
Yep.
two things. Yeah, and this
It
is an
physically
Ayurvedic
holds
medicine and
on.
Chinese medicine. We're talking about Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, not Western medicine, you guys, because in Western medicine, your liver, is they abuse it.
They do.
They really force you to abuse your liver in the Western medicine. So like I
Hmm.
said, we're strictly talking from Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine.
Hmm.
And in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, they are firm believer that frustration is also another emotion. Frustration, resentment,
Hmm.
and anger is
Yep.
what hang
Yep.
that really damages. Well, no, those are the emotions that your liver hangs on to, which
Yep. That
causes
it
a lot of
stores.
damage.
Hmm. And it's kind of like a domino effect. It creates it too. So because you're storing it, it's like it physically stays in there, and your liver will tense up inside you.
Hmm.
Like, your
It
inside your
seizes.
fascia, it tenses up.
It,
You can even get a lot of shoulder pain on that side, because it's just pulling, and then it will, because it's doing that, it makes you angry, and then you create more anger, and then your liver just absorbs that and then creates more anger. So it's like it goes back and forth, and it needs to be released in some way.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah.
And I think anyone who's been on this planet for, at least, 15 years plus has damage to their liver because of these emotions. The one thing that I like that Chinese medicine call it is the seat of anger.
Hmm.
I like that. I've always
I
loved
like
that
that
statement
too.
that, yeah, that your liver is the seat of your anger. And it's so true. It is very true.
Mhm.
And for anyone who's been around a person who suffers from anger and frustration and all this, you notice that it's their liver. Their liver usually is the first thing that starts to get sick.
Yes,
And
sure.
uh-huh, yeah.
Hmm.
And having a sick liver and having an unhealthy liver causes so many imbalances inside of you. I mean, it causes you to be fully imbalanced. Like Anne said, it's a chain reaction to other areas, other systems in your body, your lymphatic system,
Hmm.
your
Your
circulation
hormone
system,
balance.
your hormone balance,
Hmm.
your endocannabinoid system.
It just affects everything. Like it's just such an important organ inside of us, our
Well,
liver.
it is your detoxifier of your body. It detoxifies everything that you put in that mouth. Everything, like she was saying earlier, and she went into a very good explanation of how chilies stresses out the liver. So the liver is always working, you guys, always working, especially if you eat from morning to night.
Hmm. Yes.
You're doing nothing but stressing out your liver because it's constantly trying to keep up to detox and it doesn't get a break.
That's why
And
sometimes not eating is really good for you because your liver can just rest. It can just have a good little sleep in there, while it's got
that's
nothing to
why it's so
process.
important for me, my lifestyle. And, I do my best to practice what I preach because that's who I am. Just like Anne said, she would never lie about what she's done and what she's enjoyed in life. I too am the same way. That's why I come here and I do these lives, you guys, because I am living proof of this, and so is Anne. And in our spirituality, what we believe is you take care of the vessel first.
Yes.
That is the important thing. That is the gift given to you by Mother Gaia. And when you know better, you should do better.
Yes. Absolutely.
And when you don't, then you're just turning a blind eye and you're living a lie. You're just lying to yourself. You're completely lying to yourself if you think that waking up every morning and having a ton of coffee and eating a Danish and then having your bacon and eggs and your pancakes and then you feel that you need to go ahead. Oh, it's lunchtime. I need to go have my hamburger now and my, whatever it is that you have for lunch. And then all of a sudden, here comes dinner, and you're going to have dinner, and you're going to have a prime rib, and you're going to have a potato, and you're going to have some broccoli. Oh gosh. And then you've got the midnight, you got the snack before bed. You feeding all of this to your liver. All I've got to say is you better be active enough to burn all these calories for one, because movement is part of food. If you're only barely moving, then you should be barely eating
It's
because
true.
your liver, yeah, no, this is real. This is my lifestyle. This is what, this is how I live. And so I always say, don't eat anything after 6 o'clock. Eat the last bit that you
It's
can before
yeah.
6 o'clock. And this is where things get a little bit tricky for me, especially for doing this live, because this live goes on at 5:22. I normally will eat, I only like to really eat dinner. Dinner is my favorite meal because I like to fast all the way till about 2 or 3 o'clock. I will have a snack, a salad, or whatever. I
Hmm.
like to go on 18 hours fast every day. And then, because I'm giving my liver, my kidneys, and my gallbladder, and my lymphatic system, and my blood, everything a break for 18 hours. And the only thing that it's got to process is my water. And again, I am into urine looping. So I do urine. So, and that right there in itself is reading it. When I'm doing my urine looping, my body is reading its blueprint. And that's work. That's enough stress for the day. But anyway, so I don't eat anything after 6 o'clock. And when it comes to this live, as Ann and I are going through everything, I'm all chowing down before we go
I'm the
live.
same. I don't like
Yeah.
eating. to like at bedtime.
You're a morning person. Yeah, you're a
I
breakfast
like to eat
person.
my dinner very early if I
Yeah, you
can.
and I are the opposite of each other.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I
She
don't like.
loves breakfast. She loves eating when she first gets up, and then she doesn't you don't eat any more for during the day. Is
I
that what it
eat.
is?
But I only eat papaya and mango. Like I will only eat fruit in the morning. I won't eat any food. I will only eat
Oh,
fruit
okay.
and a lemon water. And it's only because my acupuncturist said to me, um, he said that my the digestive system was stressed out, so by starving it, it was going to stress it more. Like you know how when you
Mm.
get hungry, it like all gets tight and everything. That's like physically, it's also getting tight. It's like your liver; it gets tight when you get angry and you feel yourself. It's physically like going. Ugh. So when you starve yourself, if you're very sensitive, it's like putting too much stress in there. So I start my morning by having fruit because fruit will like go, and especially papaya and all the enzymes and stuff, it helps flush out your crap. And we have such a buildup of shit inside our bodies and
No, for
intestines.
real. Our
We're
large
so bad.
intestines, our large intestines, they say is like 6 feet long, you guys.
When
And then
people get
your small intestine is 6 feet long, and
I
your
don't know.
big intestine is like I've heard it's like it could be a mile long sometimes. I don't know if that
Yeah,
to me that's
something like that.
exaggerating, but that's what they say. And and
It
which
just
makes
all
sense
blocks
because
up in there.
oh, it gets so blocked up in there. And I agree with Anne, you guys. When I break my fast, my daily fast, I break it with papaya, papaya
Mm-hmm.
seeds,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to do mango, but it's hard. I can't always get really good fresh mangoes here. So it's
Same,
usually a
same,
strawberry or whatever I fruit I can get. But it's usually I love
same.
grapes. Grapes is another one that I love. But
I
usually
do
that is
pineapple. I'll eat
but
pineapple.
I
Yeah.
have daily. I do have a papaya pretty much a daily.
Mhm. Yeah.
I actually have
I
a
have
huge
papaya
papaya on my
every
counter
day.
right now. Hmm?
What's that?
I have a huge papaya right now on my counter right now that I got to
I
chop
have
up.
papaya every single morning. I eat the papaya seeds, I drink it down with my lemon juice, and then I eat the papaya. And I start my morning with papaya. That is what I do. It's has worked wonders. It's been a very slow process. Like I had to start, and it didn't make much sense, and it wasn't making much difference. But now I would be probably 9 months into it, and what I have done and what I've been doing with my diet, and especially that morning bit, has worked wonders. I've come off coffee because coffee was just way too much stress on my digestive system. Like the way your kidneys and your blood and everything just attacks that coffee and just wants to rinse you out. It's stressing out you, like it's tightening everything, and it's just going woo 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 so early in the morning, like so quickly when you've just woken up. So that was just no good. So I stopped coffee, and because I used to do coffee and like a piece of like maybe a scone or like something sweet. That's how I used to start my morning. And I guess that coffee would kick in and I'd have the energy, but it was like I couldn't. All these blockages, like I could feel them, and it's like, hmm, yeah, I need to see what coffee, how that not being in my system helps after a period
Yeah.
of time, and it has. It makes a huge difference. Yeah, and then I just start my day with papaya. Papaya every single morning with a lemon drink is my absolute. And some mornings I won't have it. I've had some mornings, and now when I fast, it's really easy. My problem with fasting is I get real lightheaded and I just forget everything. So it's like I
Hmm.
have to ground myself. I get very lightheaded, but I
Well,
don't
you,
struggle in I don't
yeah.
struggle in my
Okay.
just
Sorry. But were you saying that you're in different energies than I am? You're right there off the coast. You're right by the beach. Your energies are so different. So, of course, it makes sense why you would be hungry in the morning. You know what I mean? Um, I've just never been that person. Um, but when I do break my fast, I always go to my papaya. I love it. Yeah, I just love fruit. I'm okay with it. It's fine. Um, Now another thing that I've always about having a healthy liver that helps when your liver gets healthy. And one thing that I notice is that it contributed to my clarity. Once my liver started getting really clean, and it is clean. I have to admit that I do believe that I have a really clean liver,
Oh,
and
I would imagine so.
mhm. That it, it in making decisions. I don't have
Hmm.
problems with making decisions or problem solving things with now that my liver is so detox. And I had okay, so okay, so I had gallstones, and then I had really bad parasites. I had a huge parasite wrapped around my gallbladder, you guys, which I have pictures of. And then I had kidney stones, so my kidney was affected. And then I do believe that I had maybe a degree of fatty liver. If not, there's another thing that can happen to the liver besides fatty liver, that disrupts it too, that causes a lot of pain too. It does add inflammation to the liver, I guess you can say. But
Hmm.
once I got the liver cleaned out, and it's not something that you just do one time, you guys. You just don't do these detoxes one time. And we
Yeah,
will get to on ways to detox
a
the
liver.
liver. I cannot talk tonight. I'm so sorry, you guys. Um, but they also we associate liver with your vision and your purpose.
Hmm.
With a clean liver, you really helps you see your visions and your purpose, and your the amazing human that you truly are. Because I do believe being this human that I am and this celestial that I am, like Anne was talking earlier in the video, and then putting these two things together is kind of the trick of being on this planet, right? And
Hmm.
so when you have a clean liver, this helps you understand why you're here and what, that purpose is. And then this is not something that I've experienced personally, but it is something that I wrote down. It was a perspective I had by watching other people clean their liver out. And it can be a connection to your past life karma.
Interesting. I believe
Hmm.
that. I believe that.
Yeah. The liver holds unresolved karmic energies or ancestral wounds that must be processed and released for personal growth.
That makes absolute sense to me because, like,
Hmm.
the way I was born and then entered and started my life and stuff, like, I know there was lots of karmic stuff there, like, that I don't fully understand, and it was all affected my liver. And for sure, as it heals and you know gets to breathe and be more alive, yeah, I definitely like look at that, and it's like, and I feel lots of releases at times. I feel lots of, like, especially from my mom's side, I feel lots of ancestral stuff that's comes out, and I feel so I agree with that. It's amazing, like, our organs and the way our kidneys, our bladder, our gallbladder, and our liver and our lungs, like, just how important they are inside our body, but how much we don't realize it, and we don't take care of them, and we, you know, crippled and scratched up throughout our lives as we get older, because it's all holding, we become short of breath, so our lungs don't, they don't breathe as well, and it seizes up your shoulders, and, because it all becomes blockages in there. But yeah, like, it's just amazing how important all those organs are. And when they're working in harmony and better with each other, everything about you, the way you think, the way you have more energy inside, natural energy, and just everything just works better. Your brain works better, all
There's,
because
like you
these
said, there's
organs.
no blocks, and
Mm.
they're communicating.
Hmm. Exactly. And you can feel it. You can feel it all starting. It's like a little churning machine. You can feel them working inside your body. And, like, I'm very tense, and, like, all my blockages sat there. And it's all my organs. And as they heal, I can feel them all kind of releasing and opening up, because they're not all stressed out as much anymore. You know what I mean? They're not
Yes.
getting foods that are like making, oh, that chili was too hard and it's tensing and I've got all this stuff, you know, indigestion, and then my liver started like, so it's
And
like just a,
if you eat something, if you if you this is just a dead giveaway right here. If these are facts right here. If you it's put something in your mouth and it causes you to be bloated or mucus coming out of your mucus, you get a mucus,
yep,
you fed the
yep.
parasite. You have just fed your parasite. It is well awake.
Mm. I feel it when I
And
eat sugar. Whenever I eat sugar, any little bit of sugar, I start to feel that phlegmy mucus start to, like it feels like a coating inside my, like,
mhm,
like where all that phlegm comes out. As soon
especially
as I
ice
have
cream.
sugar, mm, any sugar, anything, any processed sugar, as soon as I eat it, like I eat a little candy, it's like, oh, I feel all that mucusy, like watery stuff, like, and it all like activates inside me. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I just,
Yep. And then your stomach gets bloated. That is because now you have fed the parasite and you have
mm-hmm.
satisfied it. And then you're going to probably crave more because I do believe that everything, every element, everything we've talked about, the kidney, the liver, the gallbladder, all have parasites in them. And I know this for a fact because I've given birth to parasites from these organs, you guys. These are
Yeah.
facts. And I know that if I have them, you've got
Absolutely. If you're not actively parasite cleansing to
them.
some
Yeah.
degree, you definitely have parasites.
And
Everyone
it's
has
a lifestyle
parasites, buddy.
it's a lifestyle change, you guys. This is something that you have to change your lifestyle. You have to stop doing things because the minute that you create an environment in your liver, your kidneys, your anywhere in your bioducts, in your colon, anywhere you've created an environment for them to latch on, they are going to start to grow again. You can only put them dormant. That is my um perspective on them right now. We can put them in dormant status, but that is about all I know that I can do at this time and not feed them so that they come alive and start invading my body again. And yes, I've had it happen. It's the candida. The candida parasite is the one that I struggle with the most. And the minute I create an environment, they're right there. And that can be as simple as me eating something with yeast in it, anything with yeast and starch, those two. And it sucks because everything that we eat has yeast and starch in it. I mean, even vegetables and fruits do, you guys. Um, but no sugars, no sugars here. I will not mess with no sugar. I've been clean off of sugar now for 15 months, I think. Yep, 15 months. 12, 13, 14. Yep, 15 months. Um, Okay, so like Andrew's right. I do have some products. Moringa is a great herb, you guys. Moringa grows crazy out here in Arizona where I live. I've got access to moringa like all day long.
Moringa's
Moringa
so
trees
good.
are everywhere. Yeah. I'm actually in
I
the process
love
of
it.
gonna, yeah, I'm gonna be buying two moringa trees here pretty soon. I'm creating a privacy wall in my backyard, my little garden area that I have. So I'm going to be getting two moringa trees. So
Mm.
yeah, and moringa is a really good one, you guys. Moringa is, like she said, it's for a protein, but moringa
Yeah, it has
has,
amino acids. So that turns into a
yes,
protein inside your body.
exactly, and it also is very high in vitamin B's, vitamin B 1, 3, and 7 and 12, I believe, if my memory serves me right. Don't quote me on that, but those, it's very important to have those inside your body. If you don't have all your vitamin B's, you guys, your lymphatic system is going to go out. You're not going to have a good flowing lymphatic system. You have to have those vitamin B's along with the proper acids too, like folic acids and that. So moringa does bring all that, and moringa is as easy as just drinking it as a tea, you guys, and it tastes really good. It's a
Mm.
very mild leaf.
Mm.
And I do have moringa. Moringa is on my website, you guys, elevatedbyclaudine.com. You can see it, and I do sell moringa. I think it's by the ounce on there. Yeah, I'm almost sure I sell it
It's
by the
so
ounce.
good. Yeah, trust me, for someone who has tried so many things and has like looked for things at my lip, that one in particular
Hold on a
I
minute.
swear on it. I have to drink it at least every
Every
other
day, every
day.
day. Hold on, let
Every
me go ahead
like
and get. Let me
I make it every other day, and
keep
I split
talking.
it into two.
I'm gonna
But
get my
every
products.
day, I gotta have my hit of moringa powder because my liver loves it. It makes my liver sing.
Ah, okay. We're in the back end of my facility right now, so this is just my chill spot. So, anyways, here's my moringa.
Here we go.
This is the way I do things. It's deli style. Like I said, I forage moringa. Moringa comes abundant here in Arizona. It's just like mullein, you guys. So, and moringa is it's a pretty green. It is just a beautiful green,
Mm.
very lime green, and you can make a tea. And like I said, it is available on my website, and I do sell it by the ounce, which is a pretty good amount. You don't need a whole lot for a tea at all. And
No.
then and then we'll talk about these in a minute. I don't have these labeled yet. These are funny. These ones have been real funny. Okay, so moringa is another good thing. And then another thing that I do with moringa, you guys, is all these teas that I drink, I do drink quite a bit of tea. And that's really why I don't get hungry until I'm able to fast 18 hours because I'm drinking all this liquid as the days are
Mm.
going through. And then I'm taking my mushrooms. I mean, my body's busy breaking things down, but they're breaking all the good
Mm.
stuff down
The good
first.
stuff.
The
Yes,
good stuff,
exactly.
yeah. That is
Things that you're
communicate.
feeding. You're feeding your body.
I fueling my body.
Yeah, feeding it. Like you're feeding you're not feeding your stomach and your what you feel like eating. You're giving your liver things that it can work with. You're giving your kidneys things it can work
Fueling,
with.
yes. That's what I
Fueling.
say. Fuel. I say I don't feed the body,
I always say feed.
fuel the body. Fuel it. Fuel.
Fuel it.
You put fuel
Okay.
it, okay?
Okay.
And when you're fueling it with the proper type of plant medicine and food, then you're eating to let the food be thy medicine. And that is Chinese medicine, period. That is our philosophy. And when you're doing this, everything starts to communicate. I cannot express or tell you how important it is to make sure that all your systems are communicating, you guys. When they're
Mhm.
communicating, they're being friends.
Exactly. And that's what's flowing. That's the energy, your chi. Your chi is flowing through you. There's no blockages, life source, kundalini energy, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
It's
Yeah.
flowing. And it flows through your organs. In Chinese medicine, every organ is either a yin channel or a yang channel, and that's how they do the meridian, and that's how they go. You have too much yang flowing in your body, and they balance the yin and yang out through the organs in your. They'll do kidney 1, kidney 2, kidney 3, liver, foot, and they have all these things, and that's to get that chi flowing through your organs and get the yin and yang balanced in your body. So
Exactly.
that's how Chinese medicine sees our human body is the human, but also the organs and everything inside are like, your spiritual channels that flow through your body, and they all got to be functioning. So the machine is like going like that throughout your body, just nice and smoothly. But it's
Yep.
very rare. I don't think the normal. I don't think the average human has good flow through their body. I don't. We don't get taught to do any of this stuff. We don't get taught. Oh, don't drink alcohol because it will affect your liver. Don't take medication that's you don't need to because it will affect your liver, and it will build up in your kidneys, and no one teaches us these things. So we just go throughout life just putting everything in our mouths, using spraying perfumes all over our bodies, deodorants, eat this, eat that, go into this situation, and let that trauma affect you, and just keep doing it because toxic is cool, whatever society teaches you. And all the time we're just stagnating our organs and stagnating our energy and making ourselves sick. So yeah.
And this is the thing, you guys. We innately, naturally are supposed to recycle and detox our body with mother.
Yes.
We should be detoxing these organs every single solstice, every single equinox.
Hmm.
Um, and then in between, we should be eating, like I said, to fuel the body, not feed the body. Okay. Then okay, now another thing for detoxing that is really good is milk thistle. Your liver loves milk thistle. Milk thistle will clean out the liver in no time. It's really, really good herb. Um,
Yeah, but I need to get milk thistle. That's a good one. And
It
I want to get it
protects
in
the
a
liver
tea or
cells.
something.
That's what it does. It's a very good protectant for the liver cells, and it supports rejuvenation of the cells, you guys, in the liver. And that is like the most important thing. You want your cells. That's another thing. When I'm talking about your body communicating with it properly, not having these blocks, you also want your cells within a cell communicating properly with your liver cells, your kidney cells, and your gallbladder cells, your skin cells, all of them need to be communicating properly. Um, so milk thistle is another one, you guys. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
dandelion root.
Mm-hmm.
Dandelion
Dandelion.
root is and that is really good for your gallbladder and your kidney too, you guys. Okay,
And the
all of this
rest
is
is
really, yeah, for all your major organs in your gut. All of these herbs are really good. So you're getting like um a 3 for 1 with all these herbs, okay? And then we've got artichoke leaf, and
yeah.
that, yeah, that one itself, you guys, you can't do a tea. There's just, oh my goodness. My capsule that I created, you guys, and in the capsule that I'm talking about that I have made, this is what's in it, you guys, okay? So I've got the dandelion, I've got the milk thistle, I've got the artichoke leaf in here. And then I've got some turmeric. Turmeric, oh my goodness. Turmeric is a miracle worker.
Hmm. I
It
know
has
another one. Beetroot. Your liver really likes beetroot. Raw beetroot bud. If you can blend it up and get the juice out of it, or just blend it up and drink it in a smoothie, I find that's another thing that the liver.
beet. Did you say beet
Beetroot.
juice?
Beetroot. Beetroot. Beet
Okay.
root. You know
Okay.
the vegetable thing. Oh,
Uh-huh.
the liver loves that. Does something? It's something to do with the blood enzymes in the liver. It helps clean the blood in the liver, and yeah, I really like that one too. It's
Yeah.
a nice cleanser.
Okay, so for those of you who live on a budget and it's really difficult to get, to purchase stuff, and it is as easy as getting turmeric, you guys. Putting
Hmm.
it in, you can do a turmeric milk if you want to, but get a really good milk, like an oat milk or maybe a goat's milk or just something that's really healthy that's milky. And put turmeric, a little bit of pepper because you have to activate that turmeric, and some clove. And
Mm.
if you drink this every night before bed, that will begin to start to detox your liver too. And that's just a really simple thing to do. It really is. It's a start. Um, but anyways, and then there's fennel seed. Fennel seed is another one, and fennel seed tastes really good. Fennel seed reminds me of black licorice. Drinking fennel seed tea is that is another super food too. And fennel seed is available widely all over the United States. I know it is. And like I said, you could just make a really simple tea with the fennel seed. And then chicory root. Chicory root is another one. And so I have the dandelion, the milk thistle, the artichoke, the fennel, the ginger, and oh, wormwood. And wormwood in
I'm with.
here. Okay, wormwood is another one that's really good too. And these are my capsules. I don't have them labeled because this is really funny. I can't keep these. I got to create the label, and I got to do it. But you know what? People are buying these even without the label. I can't, I've been
Really,
so
wormwood's
busy.
really good for parasites too. Wormwood and cloves are good for
Mhm.
parasites.
Oh yeah, let's go back. And the reason everything that we do, you guys, you want to add as much cloves as you can. If you can just drink hot water with some cloves in it, clove powder, you guys, or even chew on a clove, that is the number one next to mango. I'm sorry, papaya and clove are the two things that are going to get rid of the parasites and start to detox your liver and your kidney and your gallbladder. And then I would say after that comes dandelion root, milk thistle, and what would be my third one? Turmeric.
With
So these are
pepper.
the capsules. Yeah, these are the capsules. And then of course moringa.
But
These
that's
are my
what the
yeah.
moringa is more about, like fuel. That's not detoxing. That's going to put something back into your liver. It'll give it, it's like giving it food that so
Mm-hmm.
it will work better because you want to you want your liver needs like nutrients to be functioning better. So you got to be
Mm-hmm.
putting those nutrients because when you're just detoxing it, you're like taking all the nutrients out. It's all like it's all bleeding out of you because it's like you're detoxing it. So you want to put good things back into it so that you know when you got a healthy liver and it's getting fed well, not you, the human, being fed well, as in nice food, but you're putting nutrients back into your liver. That's what gives you your energy. That's what gives you, you know, that spark
Mm-hmm.
and stuff because it's got things that it can, you know, where it's gonna work better.
Yep.
That's what I've learned just recently because I was always detoxing it, but it was like it was making me I wasn't feeling like energetic. I was just always feeling like whoa, like I'd wake up in the morning some mornings and I wouldn't want to get out of bed because I'm just and that's just a sick you know, your liver's just tired. It's working so hard. It's got no nutrients to be that machine to be. It's like it's petrol. So you want to go put some petrol back into it so it can give you that energy to get out of bed and just feel brighter and feel more energized, think clearer because it's all working well. So that's what moringa powder I find is more. It's not a detoxer, it's the fuel back into the liver.
Exactly. And we're just trying to give people, planting seeds. You don't necessarily have to have all of this stuff that we're talking about.
No.
Find out what works for you. Just start
Mm-hmm.
with just trying to do a fast, at least maybe
Mm-hmm.
start with a 10-hour fast. Try to stop eating maybe
Mm-hmm.
after 6 o'clock and then don't eat again until like maybe 10 o'clock the next morning. And you just gradually work your way up to this stuff, you guys. It doesn't happen overnight, but the more that you work at it and the more that
Mm-hmm.
you feed the body um, fuel, um, and you work with these herbs and you take these teas, the more you're going to start to feel yourself come more alive. And then you just take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. And then you may end up taking all these herbs. I don't know. Everyone is so different. Sometimes people just need the papaya and the papaya seeds and the cloves, and boom, they get everything they need to get out because they didn't stress themselves out. I mean, you have a really, really strong liver. So, but we're all different. We all have different
Right.
damage due to our age and how long we've been on this planet.
Right.
Um,
And how we've
mhm.
done and what we've eaten and what we've done all impacts
Yeah,
different
it's
parts
all
of our
different. All of our
body.
lifestyles, yeah, all our lifestyle styles are so different, and we all live in
Mm.
different areas and regions. So, but the turmeric and the clove, and the papaya, that right there will get things moving for sure. I mean, there's no
I'm gonna
doubt.
buy cloves next time I go out. That's what I'll get. Cloves. They're
Cloves,
easy to get. Cloves.
they are.
Cloves. They are.
Did
You
you
can
know that cloves were worth as much as gold?
really no, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, back in I believe it was like, what was it? I saw that was like in the 1300s or something like that. That cloves, they would trade cloves. They treated it like it was gold. It was worth,
Really?
yeah, it was worth as much as gold. Yeah, cloves were.
That's amazing.
I know. It's funny because you can get a fork off of cloves.
You can get what? Euphoric?
A fork off of cloves.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. Same as chili. Chili has like something in it that gives your brain a high. Like when you hit this particular mark and it floods your brain with this particular like something in it. It's like a drug. I reckon that's why I like chili so much because it's just so like it's like orgasmic in the brain. It's just so good. I can't
That's what I
explain
say
it.
about wasabi. Wasabi gives me
Wasabi.
orgasms in the brain. Uh, I have these things right here, my essential oils inhalers, nose inhalers that I love to do too. That's like an orgasm in
Oh
my brain.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
That's cool. I wish I was in America. I could go get that stuff from your
I'll send you
shop.
some of these. They're
Okay.
just essential oils. Yeah, I'll pick you up some and I'll send them.
I love that stuff.
This one I've had for like over a year, for like 18 months.
Really. In
Oh yeah, they
Thailand,
last
they make
forever.
those and they put eucalyptus in them and menthol and you
Hmm.
sniff them.
That's what this is, yeah. They
So
last
good.
forever. I mean, they're $7 or $8, but I mean, you get your $7 or $8 worth. Yeah, I'm serious. I've had that one.
I like that.
Um, yeah, for I want to say like, yeah, 18 months, maybe 2 years. It's been a while since I've had it. But no, you take care of it, you put the lid on it, it'll last forever. Yeah, I'll send you a couple of those. I've been wanting
Okay.
to send you a package anyways. Um,
It'll be my
so yeah,
birthday soon.
I
It'll be
know,
my
I
birthday
know.
soon.
I know you're gonna have a birthday. What are
I'm
you gonna be?
going to be
44?
44.
44,
Angel
that's what I said.
numbers. Angel numbers.
Have
4 4.
fun.
So that's how I see it. It's like I'm becoming I'm become it's my angel number, so I'm becoming a human angel. I don't know.
And then
It's
what
my
happens at
intuition is
45?
an angel.
Uh,
45, 45,
what will
44.
happen
I
at
just have
45?
44. Hey,
And then what happens when you turn 45?
nothing. I go back to being a normal person. It's just my 1 year.
That's how I
Yeah,
felt
then I
about this.
stay. Then I
Yeah,
stay an angel.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This year I'm on the 55 train, so I've been like,
55.
okay.
55 is change.
I
Five.
know, I
Change.
know.
So
Double change. Double change. And there has been a lot of changes. And think about how I know that I've got a lot of clients out there that might be watching this, but I know you know out of everyone the most how much I've changed this year.
yes. Yeah, but you're still Claudine.
I
But
am,
yeah,
but
you have a lot of change.
my
Mm.
perspective has changed, my beliefs have completely changed, compared to what I thought, when I was shown everything about, ETs and stuff, I was just like, oh my goodness, no way. But I own it, and I'm glad to just know the truth and to be able to sit in it now and just say, okay, no, all that shit was bullshit.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. I've never really heard. You still have to tell me the story to it all.
I
So
know, I know, I know, I know. We gotta call.
I really, I think next time we talk, I really want to talk about the GF. I don't know why. I just really want to
Okay,
talk
I'll
about
bring out.
the
Well,
GF
yeah, I'll bring it.
subject.
I will. I'll bring up my what happened with me and with the GF
Yeah.
and
Mm.
how it was a lot. It was a lot, but I did end up walking away feeling really powerful. And at first, like I told you, I felt real diminished and I felt really foolish and stupid. But then after I thought about everything and I really went into a deep meditation and I connected with source, I got everything I needed. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, whatever. I got the last laugh. So
Hmm.
that we're in a real war. That's all I got to say. I know that we're in a war. I know who my enemy is, and I know how to be a warrior. So,
The GF is Galactic Federation. Just for anyone, if anyone's watching, just so that they know what we're talking about. The
okay, so
GF.
in our next show, I will talk about who the Galactic Federation truly is. I
Yeah.
was a person who used to promote them. I used to have a portal here where they would come in and out, and I thought they were my friends. But no,
Hmm.
they are not. They're far from my friends. And there is a reason why the Galactic Federation, I'm just going to leave it with this, okay, you guys, because it is
Hmm.
7:22. The reason why we call our federal government, and why we call the Galactic Federation. There's a
Ah,
uh-huh.
interesting.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm very interested in that whole Galactic Federation stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it's
But I
real, what it is. Like, I think there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot out there, but there's no, like, what exactly is this? Because I know when I started getting into, you know, I, getting more into my spiritual side and understand there was so much out there, and Galactic Federation was one of those things out there, and I'm like, what is this stuff? So I don't really go down that path, but 'cause my
You
sense
and
is
I
what
did
was
have
telling
some
me.
good experiences. You and
Yep,
I met through that Galactic Federation narrative,
yep,
and it
yep,
is a demonic thing.
yep.
And when then, like I said, on our next live next Monday, I will speak about how I found out who and what the Galactic Federation is, and who led it,
Mhm.
and who created it. And it's mind blowing. And again,
Mhm.
only the people with open minds can come here, and we can talk about our perspective, because it is much different than anything else that you're going to hear out
Yes.
there. Because as far as I know, anyone who is anyone is talking of it. They are part of the Galactic Federation. They channel. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
spiritual
There's a lot out
people out
there.
there making a lot of money talking about the Galactic
Yep.
Federation, and here I come, and I'm going to be the opposition of it.
Yep, that's okay. If
I
it's the
know.
truth, then yeah, I was always very weird with Galactic Federation stuff. There is
Hmm.
just a funny energy that I'm not
Always.
comfortable with going into it, so I just go whoa, and I just stay away from it. It's a rabbit hole that I don't want to. I don't want to go down for
Well,
some
I
reason.
did. I went down it because that's who I am. And I'll never forget when you used to always ask me, this question, how do I know who it is? How do I know what entity it is? And I would tell you, I just feel the energy. I just feel the energy. But then I got there with, because of you asking me that all the time, I started saying, yeah, who are you? Why don't you show your face? Why is it just that I can feel you? Why do I feel like I'm talking to the horse's ass all the time? And
Mhm,
because of you asking me that, I started questioning it. And when I started doing that, is when I started to get the answers.
mhm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it is
Oh,
interesting.
it'll be an exciting subject to talk about next week.
It will be.
I
It
look,
will be. And then
I will look forward to it.
yeah, it'll be fun. So we'll do that next week. We'll go ahead and end this. We went a little bit over,
Mhm.
but it's okay. But I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who came in and watched this video. And you can always go back and watch it again if you want to. And likes to go back and watch the videos. I don't have time.
I don't watch the
And
whole thing. I just kind of skim it, see a bit.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. And I'll be back live again tomorrow morning for anyone else who wants to hear me just rock talk 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 my stuff. And I'll be here at 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 with Julie. That is with Love Riot Warriors. And then and again, Ann and I will be back here next Monday. So all of you guys have a happy everything. And again, go to elevatedbyclaudine.com to look at my products, and please support us by purchasing my products, and you can also rent Anne for a psychic reading if you want to through that. Anne's just going to go, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye, guys.
All right. See ya. Bye. See you next.
Bye.